Yo, what is going on, guys? Bruins still here, and welcome back to another Boston Bruins recap video. So today I am recapping games 1 and 2 against the Florida Panthers, second round of the NHL playoffs. So games 1 and 2 are done, and all I can say is it's just been back and forth so far. It's literally kind of like how we went with the Leafs, obviously. But Florida, look. Game one was great. Game two was horrible for the Bruins. So it was like a perfect performance for the Bruins in game one. And then game two came. You do well and then you just collapse. So just basically how I would summarize the first two games of this series. Um, but I would just want to talk about games one and then I'm going to talk about game two. Game one was a perfect game for the Bruins, honestly. I thought we were going to drop the first game to Florida. Honestly, I was like, oh, we're probably going to struggle in game one. It's the Florida Panthers. They've been sensational all season, and obviously that's why they're Atlantic Division champs. But obviously, it went our way in game one. And I'm like, game two, can we do this performance again? But no. But talking about game one, like I said, it was complete domination. Florida didn't have any answer. And I saw people were like, oh, that's what happened when a team just finished a 7 game series. Or what was it? Florida with, no, excuse me. The Bruins finished a 7 game series and they're all hyped up. They can play hockey, but where Florida took a huge break because I believe they finished off the Tampa Bay Lightning in like 5 games. They had a huge break, and those fans making excuses saying that, oh, we had too much of a break where the Bruins didn't have any break and their focus. I mean, game two said it all, obviously. But talking about game one, Jake DeBrusk was a goal to start off it. It was Jake DeBrusk. I think I forgot who got the first goal, but Jake DeBrusk got a goal. Morgan Geeky had a tremendous goal. His goal was insane. But shout out to Brandon Carlo, being a dad and getting his goal in the playoff. Brandon Carlo was an amazing goal. Commentators even said it. The new dad, congratulations on having a baby to Brandon Carlo, getting a goal. Justin Brazel getting a goal, and Mason Lowride, Mason Low. Mason Lowray had an amazing snipe goal. We were up 5-0, but the Panthers struck first. With Matthew Tkachuk, who is their best player. Matthew Tkachuk for the Florida Panthers. He's unbelievable. This guy is a beast. Obviously, their goaltender struggled, and Sergei Berskowski, who's their starting goalie. But honestly, Florida is a team that you shouldn't take light. And after one game, Florida Panthers are like, oh, this is a joke of a team. But literally, same with the Bruins. It's like, oh, it gets me as a Bruins fan exciting that we blow out Florida. But it's just one game. But game one goes to the Bruins 5-1. We take the series. We take a 1-0 series lead. Going to game two. Games one and two were in Florida, by the way, because of the home ice advantage given to Florida. But game two was unbelievable. Like I said, Matthew Tkachuk was their best player. Is their best player. There's Nick Cousins. There's Aaron Eklund. There's other teams as guys. And then there's Alexandra Barkov, who had like 2 shots on goal, whatever. Oliver Larson. And then you guys they're just stacked with talent. This Florida Panthers team. So, game one was great for the Bruins. Obviously Jeremy Swayman. Jeremy Swayman was unbelievable, man. Like holy shit, Swayman is a god. I don't think I said this before, but I think Jeremy Swayman reminds me a lot of Tuukka Rask, one of our former goalies, Tuukka Rask. He was amazing. Jeremy Swayman was amazing in game one against this Florida Panthers team. Um, he was his save attempt was 38. Obviously, he gave up that one goal to Chuck, Matthew Chuck. But Swayman was unbelievable in game one, which was 5-1. It was unbelievable game. So the Bruins win 5-1 to take game one in Florida, and we go to game two where the nightmare begins. So this game was an absolute nightmare for the Bruins. We came out strong. We had one goal. We had one goal in the first period, which was scored by Charlie Coyle. But ever since that first goal by Charlie Coyle in the first period, after that, the Bruins were nowhere to be found. The Florida Panthers absolutely spanked my Boston Bruins in this game too. Um, you know, Alexander Barkev, he had two goals. Brendan Motor, he had one goal. Guzman Forsling, one goal. Steven Lortez, one goal. They just absolute spanked us. Final score was 6-1. Like I said before, this Bruins team struggled in game two. They just completely dominated us. In terms of shot on goal, possession of puck, Florida in game two, in Florida just completely dominated. And like I said, ever since we scored that goal in the first period with Charlie Coyle, this Bruins team was nowhere to be found. Looking at Brad Marchand, he had a great series against the Leaf, but this so far he's been quiet. He only had one shot on goal. The shots on goal killed us. Obviously. But Charlie Coyle coming up with a great goal. But after that, we just struggled. We were just this Bruins team was nowhere to be found. And this is what I'm talking about. We cannot take this Florida Panthers lightly. After game one, just one game, it's just like Bruins fans think this is a walk in a ballpark. Florida Panthers, they already been giving up. It's one game, people. 5-1, great. We've seen this before with the Bruins a couple years ago against Tampa Bay Lightning when they swept us in 5 games. Well, beat us in 5 games, not swept, excuse me. We beat their ass in the game one. The Bruins and Lightning series, I believe it was 2018. Yeah, 2018. We won game one in complete dominant fashion. And what you know, Tampa went on to whoop our ass the next couple games to win the series. You never know. This Florida Panthers team is capable. They're capable of beating this Bruins team. And, I can't stress enough, like, this is a horrendous performance. Hopefully the boys come around and we come around in game three, which is actually tonight, actually. Game 3 and 4 will be in Boston, so hopefully we actually get our head out of our asses. The boys learn from their mistakes from game 2, and then get a momentum going. See what they can do in front of their home stands in Boston. And I can relate. 2017. It was Boston and Ottawa. We lost in 6. Our home record was horrible. Ottawa came into Boston and just whooped our ass in that series. 2019 against the Blues in the Stanley Cup Finals, the Bruins, they just weren't good at home. Game 7 in Boston, we had a chance to close it out, but the Blues came out in our house to win. Also with Game 5, of the Stanley Cup, we lost 2-1. We just can't win at home. That just figures, but you have an opportunity to win at least one of those home games in games 3 and 4 against this Florida Panthers team. You lose all 2 games, that's on you. It's just not good. You gotta steal one, or this Boston Bruins team could just win both of them. But if that happens, we're in that deficit again, up 3-1 in the series. We don't want history to repeat itself from last year, blowing a 3-1 series lead, which obviously this Bruins team almost did against the Leafs. But, imagine this Bruins team was up 3-1 against the Panthers. The Panthers, they know our system. They done this before. They done this dance last season when they were down 3-1 against us. And they came back and that whooped us right in the ass. And that's just that. But, props to Florida. They have a great goaltending in Boskrowski. Florida Panthers like to call him Bob, which you could. It's funny. But, obviously the Bruins, they didn't play their best hockey in this game 2 against the Florida Panthers, and now the series is tied 1-1. Honestly, I just feel like maybe the series could go back and forth. Bruins take game 3, and then Florida could take game 4. Florida can take game 4. The Bruins can take game 3. Um, but either way, this Bruins team just did not show up for Game 2. Hopefully, they regroup and they're all set for tonight, which is Game 7 is Game 3. Excuse me, not Game 7. Oh my God. Game 3 is tonight in Boston at the TD Garden. I believe puck drops at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm sure I'll be watching it. But anyways, just my thoughts on this series so far. It's gonna be a hard journey to the Stanley Cup Finals. Looking at the President's Trophy winner, by the way, the New York Rangers are much better President's Trophy winner than the Bruins, because look at the Rangers. They're about to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they look unstoppable. They beat the Capitals, and what? They swept the Capitals, I believe. Yeah, and then look, they're about to sweep Carolina. This is a dangerous Rangers team, and I can tell you, if this Bruins team do somehow make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and most likely play the Rangers in the Eastern Conference Finals, you're in a world of trouble, my friends. Like, there's no way. If that happens, yes, I don't see us beat the Rangers. It's just going to take a lot to beat the New York Rangers. Um, obviously I went to the Rangers and Bruins game March 20th with a buddy of mine, and they lost 5-2. You see how capable this New York Rangers team is, like, put together. Like I said, it's going to take a long journey and a lot of effort to make the Stanley Cup Finals. But for the Bruins, we just completely got our butts kicked in this game 2, 6-1. We win game 1, 5-1. Series is tied. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Game 3 and 4 are coming up in Boston. Hopefully after that I get my reactions and shit like that. But anyways, my name is Bruins Steel. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe. Be sure to comment below what your favorite NHL team is. Obviously mine is the Boston Bruins. Been a fan for a while now. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully my boys, my Boston Bruins, can turn the series away and win both home games. That would be huge, actually. But we'll see what happens. But take it easy, guys. See you guys in the next video.